Thanks for checking out my video. Today I wanted to just do a quick tutorial on how to modify like a logo template or something using Illustrator and handling an AI file type. And I will be showcasing the asset export tool that is super awesome and useful in quickly getting usable logo files with a file that has a lot of different logos, and you'll see for sure when I pull up my file here. And if you're here because you purchased one of my logo templates, I really appreciate it. So let's jump right in on the computer. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do here, and it might look a little different based on which one you got, but we'll just open up or unzip the file that you get from my Etsy and open up, first you'll open up the fonts, and I'll include all the fonts that I use in my logo template that you purchased. I always include that in a folder where you can just download all those and make sure they're all on the computer. Otherwise, the logo, when you open up the file, it won't look right. You'll have to, it'll allow you to download and then update those if you want, but best to just get it done up front. And then we'll just click on the Illustrator file. All right, and now that it's in here, you can take a look around. I've got all of these different logo templates. They are all grouped. So if you looked into the layers tab and open that up, there'll be all these little groups down here with each individual one. I don't like messing around. I'm really bad. I don't use the layers tab all that often. What I'll do is you can come back to whatever logo that you want to modify, and if it's in a group, so this is in a group, you can just double click and that'll see how everything's grayed out around. That means you're inside this group, and that means you can modify anything you'd like. And so the way I build these, I try to make them as clean as possible, so I will have so that they're easy to resize. So if you drew a line in here and set the stroke to black, and if you wanted to resize this any size, it'll only stay, the stroke size will stay exactly the same. And so what would happen if you built a logo with strokes, when you resize to whatever size, you might get your proportions all wrong. So when I build these, I try to make sure it's just fills. It's just fills and no strokes. And then fonts, especially in a group, if you group anything, you can resize the font to whatever you want. So how you'll edit, so let's just go through here, this one, and I include the fonts that I'm using up kind of above so you know which ones, but you can always double click, and then now we're in the group. Now you can double click on here or press the T button to get text and then select the text. And if you open your character settings over here, you'll see also which settings I have. But yep, so then we'll jump right in and we'll modify this. Edify&co. Boom. Got that. And we will center it. So what I'm doing is I'll click the text that I just edited, hold the Shift button, and click on the border that I have. Now I have both of them selected. And then if you click, not holding Shift, you just click, it highlights whichever one you want to have a priority, in this case the border. And what I'll do is I can come down to a line and I can center the objects here to bring my logo to the middle. And then got my cool slogan. What will we have here? Make cool stuff. And once again, this isn't centered, so I will click out, click on the text and hold Shift and hold the border. Click on the border one more time to highlight the blue around the screen, and then center. And now we've got our logo. And now if I want to say, I'll make my logo red, or I'll make my border red and leave those. I'm liking that. And how I make all my logos as well, I make them transparent in the background here. So like say if I grab this, what seems to be white is actually a clear. All right, tangents. All right, so you got your logo the way you want it. The way I have all these sizes, they're all 500 pixels wide, that'll be nice and easy to handle. What you'll do is you'll open up the Asset Export tab, which if you don't have it built in your sidebar here, you can go up to the top bar, select Window, and go to Asset Export right here, and it'll pop a bubble up for you. So what we can do here is you can drag a grouped logo or an object, you can drag it into the Asset Export, and it'll pull it aside as an individual asset. You can do as many as you want and keep dragging them in there. And what this allows you to do is export a bunch of different variants. If you need, you can scale them. So what I'll do is I will set my scale to 500 pixels, which is the width here. You can select however you'd like to scale. So I'll do 500 wide, and I could even add a suffix if I wanted to. And then if I wanted to have a transparent background, you'll want to select PNG. And if you wanted a white background, so it'll make a square 500 by 500 with a background that is white, you can select a JPEG. But I mostly deal with logos in PNG. I find that is the best. And sometimes by default, Illustrator will have a white background on your PNGs. So to double check that you have a transparent background, you'll go down to the bottom here and launch the Export for Screens dialog. And here it'll just show what you have in your asset export. You can select which asset you'd like to export, and you can, let's see here, go to Advanced Settings, and this will show you your PNG and whether the background color is white, black, or transparent. And you just want to make sure it's transparent. Save your settings. You'll want to choose a file location. So let's see here, I'll choose a file location. We'll go to let's go to the desktop. We'll select that and export the asset. So let's see here, let's go down to the desktop. You can see, got your logo right here. Totally editable. It's PNG to do with exactly how you wish. So feel free to modify the colors, modify anything on this. You can make it yours. It's super, super easy. Awesome. So thank you for following along. If you have any questions, feel free to leave any questions in the comments, or follow me on my Etsy store, Edify&co, and you can send me a message there or an email if you have any questions about how to handle these things. And I'd like to come out with some more tutorials to make it more useful and add awesome new things, add value to your purchase. So thanks for checking me out, and I'll catch you next time.